What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. Today we are going to take a look at the newly released Iron Man Mark III 2.0. And if you are still interested, it's still available at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. Maybe it's sold out. I don't know. I I didn't check. Everything there is sold out till it comes back on stock. But let's take a look at this guy right here. Man, this is one of my most anticipated Iron Man. Well, this and Mark 46, not 46, Mark 6. Um, I feel like once I do get this too, because I currently have four. I got Mark 4, Mark 7, and Mark 5. Once I get this 3 and 6, I might as well get one. One is still widely available out there. And then Mark 2, I'm not really keen on getting that, honestly. I'm not going to spend 300, or that's more expensive now, just to complete that. Like, I can interchange that, at least for me, with another Iron Man figure, like an 85, 50, whatever, right? But this is iconic. Mark III started it all for the MCU. And I had, well, this is what started my journey basically for Hot Toys. Not myself. I didn't buy the plastic one, but my friend had one, and I saw it, and I was like, dude, this is amazing. What is this? And then he explained to me what it is. It's Hot Toys, whatever. I didn't buy that Iron Man because it was super expensive back then. It was rare. But this is what captured my eye. This suit. And I was just like, man, I gotta have one of those. So fast forward, I did get the diecast version, but there's a lot of like weird things in that. You gotta change the torso. It's undersized. The color is kind of like a different red. A lot of things going on there. So I sold it, but now here we are. One of my, I would say, anticipated figures for sure, and it's finally here. Now it looks great. We didn't see any comparison with the other Iron Man to see whether it's in, within height now, but according to their description, it is. It's finally a better height. Now this head sculpt looks fantastic. He does have that little blood on the top of his head. You can even see some veins in there as well. It looks like he's sweating. It doesn't have the rolling eyeball system. I think we're gonna see that first in Mark 6. We'll see how it works out in a Robert Downey Jr. Head sculpt, that rolling eyeball system first. But I love this thing. It looks phenomenal. The proportions are great. All the new features, like that arm thing, that kind of like missile coming out, expanding. That looks terrific. The swap out chest pieces. Now, if you do get the special edition, you would get the one with the head sculpt as well. The one with a crushed head sculpt. Now I do see that that base with what do you call it? Ironmonger. That looks great, man. And depending on the angles that you put him on, it looks fantastic. It's a nice addition for your display, even though I think it occupies a whole lot of space. But whatever, man. This is a great looking figure. The gold, the red accent. Now it's more of a darker, deeper red, kind of, because we all kind of just compare it to that screenshot where he's walking away from the explosion, and that's where the disconnect before with the previous Mark III. It's more of a bright, like, I don't know, happy red more than the darker red that we're used to. But I look at this shot right here where his neck is exposed, the shoulders, the traps are high. The proportion just looks really, really great on this one right here. That base is amazing. Now for the price for this is $455. It's a bit high. Is this gonna sit? Like, I guess if you don't care too much about the exclusive edition, which is the helmet, could you wait for this? I guess that's the better question, because there's no doubt I'm gonna get this. I mean, the switch out battle damage pieces, even though it's just the helmet and then the chest piece, it looks great. Now you can't use that crushed helmet, so this is not gonna be the determining factor for me. I guess the bigger question is Iron Man right now is sitting. Mark 1, a lot of people were waiting for that. That's like a grail for most people. Yet here we are. Mark 46 was a grail and supposedly low number as well. That's like an exclusive. Been discounted. Is this going to suffer the same fate? I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to put that risk out for Mark 3. Maybe, maybe. I mean, with such a high price tag at 455, this is more like 520 out the door, after shipping and tax. A 20% off or even a 10% off would be ideal for this. A 10% off is a savings of almost $50 right off the bat. I don't know. That's a hard decision. I hate it when I buy something and then all of a sudden I see it for 25 off, especially with a high price tag like this, because 20% off on a $400 figure is almost $100. And that's pretty significant, I don't need figures right away. I'm not one of those guys who need them day one or need to have it on my shelf right away. But with the trend that we're going in now, it's also very rare that you see figures hitting that, quote unquote bargain bin. So it's a tough spot. It's Iron Man, which tells you back then it will sell out, but the trajectory now is that Iron Man do sit, with all these, suit up releases. And I know this is a more iconic suit, but so is Mark 5. So is Mark 1. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to take the risk. I haven't pre-ordered this, honestly. I haven't, because that was my way of thinking. And honestly, at this point, I love to have this. But if all of a sudden it sells out, I might be okay. And it looks great. Make no mistake about it. I want to have it. But I think I'm going to play the long game with this one. I think I will. I think that's what I'm going to do. I love it. But I think I won't get it till, 7 months from now? We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, let me know in the comments. How are you going to approach it? Do you have this on pre-order? If you do, worth keeping it. No doubt about it. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Is this something that we would see in a Spooktacular next week? Next year. Not this year for sure. But next year. I would love to hear your thoughts. Is this something we should wait for? Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I'm almost close there to 18,000. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.